Hey everybody, it's John Van Walen, back again with a knife to take a look at. Took a week or so off because I had a cold and I didn't think you wanted to hear me all congested talking to you. Today we'll be taking a look at my customized Tanto Umnumzaan. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So, I received this knife through a trade. I traded a millet-made Gavco Mako Mid-Tech for this. Since I own a Gavco custom Mako, I thought I'd try something a little different and check this one out. And when it came to me, the scales were the regular finish, the stonewash finish. It had no lanyard and it had the regular clip. So let's take a look at some of the things that I did to it. I had friends help me out with this, so I can't link you to anyone that's going to do this work for you because my friends did it as a favor to me and they're not in the business of doing knife modifications. The modifications that I did that you can do yourself really easily though is you can buy yourself one of these sweet millet made clips, and these work on the Sabenzas as well, but I thought it would look really cool with a Damascus one on here. It's got the raindrops. And then it also has the polished flat on it, which kind of matches the theme of the scales with the polished flat and then retaining the stone washing right there, right there, and then in the milling it still retained the stone washing. Idaho made. That's pretty cool to have on their knives. Another cool thing is I believe Millet is also based in Idaho, so that's also Idaho made. And I added this lanyard. I like the ones with the beads. I think it looks cool. Bead matches the knife, and I like this nice kind of maroon burgundy color. And it came with the matching pin to match the bead. I had a buddy of mine polish the flats on both sides. So he had to break the knife down, and take both scales and then polish this. So it has this nice kind of shiny finish. It does pick up fingerprints easier now, but I feel like it's overall much more attractive. And it makes it stand out because Umnumzaans have been out there for a long time. So you see a lot of them. I just saw at the gathering that they released a couple of special edition ones. And those special edition ones were very cool. They're pricey, but very cool. Let's take a look at the blade. One thing you're going to notice is when this thing opens, it is quiet. I think that's due to the fact that the blade stop here, having these rubber washers on it, that's what's making contact with the scale here, and it's keeping it a little quieter. Plus, inside here, and it's hard for me to photograph, inside here, the detent ball slightly sticks out on the lock face. So the lock with the blade, it actually kind of makes contact with the detent ball. And I think overall that just makes it a quiet opening knife. At least this one is. I have another Umnumzaan and it sounds like your standard CRK when you open it. So I'm not sure the difference. My buddy, when he broke down the scales, he said he didn't see anything irregular with it. It seemed fine. I'm guessing that maybe the person that I traded with replaced these washers and they're a little larger maybe. So that's why it's cushioning the impact that you would normally hear. That nice clank that you like to hear with titanium knives. So it's a little quieter. I had my buddy do a 0 ground on the Tanto edge. You might be able to see there's no secondary bevel on there now. I'm trying to get a shot of it. It's not really wanting to focus. I think that makes it a little more appealing, a little more special. I'm really trying to be careful here too, because when he 0 ground that and put that mirror shine on that tip, he made it sharp as a razor. It keeps wanting to focus on the rest of the blade because I think it's reflecting off of the tip. But man, did he put an edge on that thing. Like I said, it's just another cool thing to make this more special. Because you see so many of these Umnumzaans, and a lot of them look kind of utilitarian, especially when you compare them to the Sebenza counterpart, which have like wood inlays on them or really, really crazy milling and, you know, custom type looks to them. But the Umnumzaan has mostly retained the same look outside of the StarTac, which is the other one that I have. We'll probably take a look at that in another video. The easiest thing is just throw one of these clips on there. Another clip maker I'd recommend other than Millet is Apervious Blades on Instagram. He does fantastic looking CRK clips. And Adam is really easy to work with, so definitely hit him up. I know everybody reviews these, so I'm not going to go into the specifics on the action or how they perform. I'm just giving you my opinions of it. I think it's a great knife, and it's something that it definitely is a bar that you can kind of appraise further knife purchases against. So they say it's like a standard, and I can see that. The manufacturing, it's the tolerances on everything, it's so tight, and the feel of how smooth everything is, there's not a hitch in anything. The lockups are always a little further than you're probably going to see on some other knives, but that's just the way they make them. And what I really love is this cutout here. How there's a little extra on the lock tab and it has a little dimple in it, which really makes it easy, like without looking, without like just trying to dig your fingernail in there, you can find it real easy. And once they start to break in, the blade will fall like that. And some people can get them to where they, you know, shake in, but that's not really I don't think that's the intention. Overall, it's a very, very cool knife. And the fact that there's so many out there and so many people have them means there's a lot of people doing the modifications on them. There's a lot of people that are familiar with them and they can work on them. One thing I love that my buddy did is he left this stonewashed. And then on my StarTac, he polished it. So like I said, you'll see that in another video, and in that video I'll bring this one out so that we can compare them. But it kind of makes it like a yin and yang type thing with the logos. It's very cool. CRK does great with their packaging as well. I'm not going to pull out the packaging because, like I said, everybody's seen this stuff. I just more was showcasing this customized one. So, like, they give you everything you need. They got lube, your, you know, cleaning cloth, your Allen wrenches, all that. But doesn't that make it look cool? Look at that. How that satin finish right there, and then goes right into the stone washing that's in the milling, and then on the logo. And then as you roll the knife, the stone washing on the edges. I don't know. I feel like it's really cool. Makes that everything kind of pop. Whereas the standard one, everything kind of blends together. You don't appreciate the milling as much. It's not as much of a art piece. You see a lot of makers doing this kind of hashing. It feels good on your fingers. And because it's kind of circled, it's like radiused almost, it gives you grip, but it's not like tearing up your hand if you rub against it. And one of my favorite jimping on any knives is the CRK jimping. It's really shallow, but there's so many little marks that it grabs your finger pretty good without tearing you up. I kind of hope that they do start offering those more customized looking ones like they did at the Gathering, you know, just through regular dealers. I don't see why they wouldn't. Seems like that would be a home run. Get that blade back out there. See that? The reflection and everything off there. You might even catch a glimpse of me. My buddy did a great job with that tip. He's not a knife sharpener by trade, but he said he'd do me a solid and give it a shot and try to take that down to a 0 ground blade and mirror it. And he did a great job. So that was a look at my customized Umnumzaan. And hopefully this inspires you to maybe customize your own or have a customizer do some cool work to yours, make it more special. Well, this is John Van Walen signing out.